What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Prechtel, Precht Elevate Performance, coming at you live. It's Friday, TGIF, I guess. The weekend's coming up, so I hope everybody's going to have a great rest of their evening and a good weekend. It's going to be a fun one. But just to kind of, I guess, jump into today's topic, I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of like, don't trade, like, basically just like, don't trade what you want now for what you want most. And what do I mean by that? And how does this like relate to, your fitness journey or your weight loss journey or, whatever, you're pursuing in business or whatever? Like, what I mean by that is, far too often to like, I guess, give an example, um, tons of people like, are like, I want to lose weight fast. I want to lose, I want to lose 20 pounds in 10 days and, you know, and go fast. I want to lose all this weight really fast. Or people they're like, I want to I want a shortcut. I just want to figure out how to do it like, like as fast as possible and get to where I'm going. And, I'll, do whatever it takes kind of thing. Or like, or they'll, you know, want to lose weight, but then, as the day goes on, they get hungry and instead of following like their, nutrition plan, they, just react and go eat something from a gas station or something. So that's kind of like what I'm talking about. That's kind of what I'm related this to is, you're basically, going for like, short-term gains, but sacrificing like long-term results. And you see this all the freaking time with people, doing like, fad diets or, doing these like, shitty detoxes or like fit teas or whatever it may be. And they lose a bunch of weight really fast because they're starving themselves. Like literally, that's what it comes down to is they're starving themselves like excessively. And that's why you're losing weight when you're taking that shit. It's not magical. It either just like kills your appetite, which probably not that great, like, long term, or it just basically you're just like taking that and not eating. And, it's not sustainable. And so what happens is like, you know, people in those situations, they're sacrificing their, long-term results that they could be getting because they aren't patient enough or they're not disciplined enough or they're like, just unaware of, what's going to happen whenever they, take whatever said supplement or like detox or whatever to try and like, lose or going on extreme fad diets to try and like lose a shit ton of weight really, really fast. And like, they just don't take the time, to think about these things because they just want it now. Like they want that instant gratification. Like, we're living in a time of like instant gratification, which is, not a horrible thing, but it's also priming us to like, expect things now. Like me personally, like if my internet doesn't work like properly for like, 5-10 seconds, like I get kind of annoyed, like that's the kind of like that's the world we're living in is like, like I get upset when my computer takes like, like 10-15 seconds extra like load up or whatever. So it's like, things like that like, society that has like kind of primed us for in a lot of ways. And we have to like, step back and like kind of like fight against that in a sense up here when it comes to especially your fitness journey or your weight loss journey. Um, just because like if you want like sustainable like and substantial results like for the long term, you know, you're gonna have to go about it in more of like a slow and sustainable way that is like that doesn't rely on like shortcuts and doesn't rely on like not putting in the work. Because what happens is this happens to everybody, like not everybody, but this happens to like, most people that go on all these like fad diets and things like that and like take these like, weight loss supplements and shit is you starve yourself and you lose like a lot of weight for like a short period of time for like, a week or 10 days or whatever. But then guess what? You didn't take the time, you didn't go for the long game by like learning how to actually keep it off of yourself, or how to like do it sustainably. And what you're doing at the moment for those short-term, weight loss, like gains or short-term gains, um, you're, sacrificing, you're just wasting a lot of time, because what's going to happen most likely is you're going to lose all that weight. You didn't learn how to do it properly, so then you're going to gain it all back, and then you're going to get sad probably. Tell me if I'm right here, because like this is what happens a lot of times. You gain all that weight back because you didn't learn how to actually keep it off, and then you either feel bad because you didn't realize that because you gained all that weight back, so you feel bad, and then you might even gain more, most times. And then what happens is you're like, shit, like, I gained all this weight, and it's like, man, but I lost weight that time that I took, Herbalife, or I lost all this weight that one time that I took, It Works, or any of these other countless like bullshit supplements that people are selling on Facebook all the time. And what happens is then you're like, your brain's primed. You're like, oh, I lost weight whenever I did that, that weight loss supplement or whatever. Man, I should probably do that again. And so then you take it again, and you start from where you were again, and it happens again. You didn't learn. You get set back to square one, and even then some, like square negative like 5, and then you have to do it all over again. And it's this vicious cycle where it wears on you mentally and emotionally, and makes you feel like shit about yourself, and you're wasting a ton of money when you could have just, instead of trying to take a shortcut, you could have just invested either in like yourself, like in a good way, through either like coaching, or like, I don't even know, like videos or something like that that could teach you how to do things properly. Or, you can just go online, like, and Google things. Like, that's also an option. But like, you know, that's kind of what happens. That's exactly what happens. That's what I'm talking about. Like, when I'm saying like, don't sacrifice, don't do like yeah, basically just don't give up like short term, like don't give up the long term gains that you can make for like those short term gains that you're like, so impatient that you need those at that moment. Because like it's gonna bite you in the ass in the long run. It just is. Like, that's why people yo-yo diet all the time. That's why, so many people are like that's why so many people just like turn back to that vicious cycle of all these like supplements and things like that that people are like constantly like, that you see on Facebook all the time, or you see in ads. It's because, one, you don't know any better, because you don't know what you don't know. And so, you get taken advantage of. You get you lose weight, and you gain it all back, and you feel bad. It's a vicious cycle, and it sucks. And I don't want that to happen to anybody that's watching this right now. So, like, take this advice to heart. Like, if you're currently taking something like that, just take the L, and like, accept the fact that you got like, sold snake oil basically, and then start investing in like nutrition courses, or a coach, or like fitness books, or like, nutrition books, or like watch some series on YouTube videos from somebody who's like an actual like trusted source. Like some of the people that I've talked about on here in the past that I follow and that I like, go watch their stuff, watch my stuff, whatever, you need to do or want to do those things, because in the long term, in the grand scheme of things, like, and think of it this way, in like 5 years, like, you're not going to care like how long it took you to lose the weight if you did it properly. Because, one, if you do it properly, you're going to keep it off, and you're going to learn good habits that are going to like make you like have a happier, more fulfilling, and like purposeful life. Or, you're and that's the thing, is like, we don't think about what we're gonna like want or feel like in the future. A lot of times we're just thinking about, I want this now, I want this now, I want to lose this weight right now, I need to look good for this specific time, I need to look good for this specific thing. And you're getting like, you're so impatient with this stuff that like it, you never actually like truly learn like from your mistakes. And so, start like, it's like, take a step back and like be honest with yourself, and just be like, if you, because you got to be in it for the right reason too. And that's the thing, is like, if you want to lose weight long term, you're gonna have to put in effort. And instead of like putting in like a ton of effort, like real fast, real quick, and then it biting you in the ass in the end, just put in that same amount of effort, like incrementally over time. and you'll see like long-term sustainable results. So basically, yeah. So don't trade what you want now for what you want the most. Okay. Um, yeah. So because I'm not going to do that, and especially like with what I'm doing right now, like with like my business and things like that. Like it's like like how like, it kind of makes sense. Let me put it in this perspective. Like if I went on here and tried selling you a supplement that I said would fix everything for your life, it would make it would make you instantly skinny, instantly muscular, and instantly like 200% hotter or something like that. Like if I went on here and did that and I swore up and down, like trust me guys, this is the next big thing. This is gonna like change your life, but it's a bunch of bullshit and I sell that to people and I do that and I'm not being honest. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money probably like really fast, like in a short period of time, but it's only gonna be for that short period of time because people are gonna find out that this shit doesn't work, and then they're gonna like be like, he's a liar, he sucks, don't trust him, don't listen to him, he's a snake oil salesman, and then I would be fucked for the rest of my life in terms of like my integrity and my word and things like that because nobody would trust me anymore. And so why would does that make sense? Like putting that in that perspective versus if I just do what I'm doing now and going for the long-term game and putting out as much value as possible and doing my best to like help people and being the person that cares about people and doing it for the sake of helping people, like you're going to see a much bigger return on your investment in terms of like your business. Like if and that's just how it works. It's like people that are shady and shitty and go for the short term, like fucking people over and taking their money and then like running, like they have horrible reputations and they're only going to make so much money for a short period of time. Whereas the people that like put out good quality information and try to help people and actually care and try and give more than they take, like they're going to make it way they're going to make it way further in the long run. And that's how you got to think about it in terms of your fitness and weight loss journey and like and all that stuff, because like that's just how it is. Like that's if you want if you take away anything from this is like go for the long term, like don't think so short term. So anyways, that is my life for today. Hope this helped put things into perspective. Hope you don't keep getting screwed over by scandalous bullshit companies, because there's a lot of people out there that are doing it. And if you know somebody that's getting screwed over, send them this video, because maybe they won't listen to you, but maybe they'll listen to this random guy with green hair talking shit on Facebook and Instagram. So anyways, that's my live for today. If you got value out of this, hit me with a like. If you watching this at a later time, hit me with that hashtag replay. Let me know that you saw this. Let me know what your number one takeaway was in this video down below. Have a great Friday. TGIF. Have a beautiful weekend. Spend some time with your family and significant others and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys on Monday. Later.